Hey, this is my first time here.
Woo!
Thank you.
And you have the best shirt on in the world.
Thank you. It'll bring me good luck, hopefully. All right. Well,
you know what happened to the Death Star, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess I'll go right into my story then. My family I have a very large family. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. That's right. We range in age from 7 to 25. We're a very weird family, and I know a lot of people say that about their families, but mine is like legitimately odd. We're very odd. We are all shades of odd. I've had numerous people tell us that they should make a sitcom about us, which I'm not sure if I should take as a compliment or as an insult. I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, make a sitcom about us? Like, we're a train wreck waiting to happen, or I don't know, but. Anyway, so my parents are both teachers. So that means we don't have 6 kids, not a lot of money. So my parents have to think of ways to be economically thrifty, and they do try their best to do that. So my dad, if we go grocery shopping, my mom has a list, and she has certain brands that she likes, but my dad will always go off book. He will, if she wants peanut butter, he'll get the cheapest kind of peanut butter possible, not Jif, and that drives her insane. So this is just an example of what they do. So my dad, we were gonna eat hot dogs for dinner, and he got something they call Smart Dogs. Has anyone heard of these? Okay, they're vegetarian hot dogs. They were the worst things that we've ever tasted. We didn't even get through one bite of these awful hot dogs. The dog wouldn't eat them. Our dog would eat all manner of disgusting things and would not eat the hot dogs. So that just shows you kind of where those are at. Another example, my dad is also being thrifty. I really liked NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys when I was younger. I was all about the boy bands. Everyone I hear a couple who's out there. I wanted the new NSYNC CD. I didn't have a lot of money. I was like 10 years old, so my dad and I struck a deal, and the deal was if I did the dishes for a month without complaining, he'd get me the new NSYNC CD. So this is his solution. The month's up, I did the dishes without complaining. His solution to this was to get one of his students to lend him the NSYNC CD. He burned it onto a cassette, and then he gave it to me, and he didn't see the problem with this. I was like, I have to fast forward to get to my favorite songs. It's 1999. What kind of world are we living in? So this is kind of where my dad's mentality is at, right? He tries to find the cheapest solution to everything, and that's the right way. So in the summer, every summer my family would take a vacation. We never went to Disneyland or anything, but we'd go to national parks. And in recent years, we've been renting out top half of a lake cabin and going and spending a week at the lake, and it's wonderful. It's a very residential lake. It's not a tourist lake. So everyone who lives there is old and cranky or young and out on the skis on piling up on each other. I've seen people there skiing right beside each other, and someone's on their shoulders. So they're very they know what they're doing, and we kind of stick out like sore thumbs when we're there because we're out there doing stuff tourists do. So my dad wanted to take us out on the lake to go skiing and everything. So his solution to this, we can't afford a boat. So my grandpa had a boat that had been sitting in his yard for 10 years. My dad's a handyman. He fixed up the boat. He fixed up the floor. He fixed the engine. He did everything. He was on it, and it was working good for a while. So one day, my brother Greg wanted to go out skiing for the first time that year, and I'm like, I'll just stay in on the dock with Mom and read my book and drink our Strawberry Sprite mix that we'd been drinking all weekend. And I'm like, that sounds more preferable to me. So they go out. My mom and I are sitting there on the dock. I'm reading. I'm kind of looking down. All of a sudden, I hear dunk, 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 dunk coming across the lake. I look up, and my dad, the boat is at a 45-degree angle. That's not even an exaggeration. The lower third of the boat was almost sinking. He was dragging at the dogs, panicking in the boat because the dog can't swim. My mom said, "Oh, what's he doing now?" Like he was doing it on purpose. was showing off and popping a wheelie in the boat. So they make it to shore, and the dog, first thing they do is let the dog off. The dad's like, get off, honey, get off, and the dog like scrambles to shore. And dad's like, turns to all of us, and he's like, if we don't get in the water and hold up the boat, it's going to sink. So I throw my book aside, I jump in the water, I'm holding up the boat, like, Steve, my brother, takes one corner, Stephanie takes another corner, I'm at one corner, and my 11-year-old brother takes the other. We're literally holding the boat up in the water. The neighbors are out on their docks. They're an old couple, they're just sitting there. Finally, the old guy kind of wanders over, and he's like, yeah, you need some help there? What are you going to do about it? Like, we're like holding up the boat and everything. So I kid you not, it's been half an hour. My dad's trying to, I forget what was wrong with the boat, but something about hole in the back, like the water comes in, it's supposed to come out, did not come out. So he's trying to fix that, and we're holding up the boat. My arms are like shaking, we're all like really tired. And all of a sudden I look around, I'm like, Dad, where's Greg at? He's in the middle of the lake. So what had happened is Dad didn't know how long he had till the boat sank. So my brother Greg had been getting ready to ski, and Dad saw the boat was sinking, and he had to take off and left him there. So I got Greg's side of the story later on this. He had no idea what was going on. He thought that they had just taken off and left him. And he waited there for like 15 minutes, and he's finally like, well, I guess I'll just swim to shore, I guess. So he swam to shore, and this isn't a tourist place, right? There's only residences, so he had to come up. He swam up to a shore. There was an old man on a chair just watching him swim from the middle of the lake up to the shore, and Greg like makes it to shore with his skis and everything, and the guy's like, do you need help? Yeah, so the guy gave him a ride back to our place, and Greg got there, and he's like, why didn't you come back for me? I'm gonna go in and watch Netflix. So we're holding up the boat still, and Greg's in watching Transformers on Netflix. So, and I remember as Dad was fixing the boat, it was like an hour into this, right? And he turns to me and he's like, this is gonna make a really good story for your book one day. And I was like, that's no consolation. Luckily, we did get the boat fixed. It was out on the water the next day. We spent the rest of the time skiing, and there was no other problems with the boat. So that's my family in a nutshell right there. Thank you.